Greetings, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everyone is at peace in your world. Welcome to A Spiritual Joint, where cosmic whispers weave through the tapestry of soul and the sacred pen of Seshat inscribes our journey toward wholeness. Here, we gather at the crossroads of mystery and light to explore the hidden realms, unlock timeless wisdom, and ignite the fire of transformation within. Together we honor the sacred dance of shadow and radiance, embracing the eternal flow of spirits unfolding. Breathe deeply, open your heart, and step into this circle, where soul speaks truth and every voice is a thread in the infinite web of life. Greetings again. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is enjoying this new winter season that we have entered into, this time of reflection, this time of introspection, this time of getting ready for the new year in March. Hope everybody is making moves towards that. Maybe just a short note, maybe a long note, we'll see. Just wanted to share, talk about AI a bit, a couple of times on here, maybe 3, 4, but it is what it is. But it's, we understand, that things come about, things come across, things come into our space, and many times we may have an opportunity to work with these things or use these things, but in some respects, this AI thing is just getting a bit out of hand. It's I don't know. It's almost like becoming like a god to some people, and the uses are far outrunning its the means to make sure that we stay within the realm of reality and non-reality, where we are just AI is the thing, and it's just pushing this AI above all else, and it's getting to be a little bit, to me, a little bit scary that so many people are putting so much importance on this intelligence that really should just be a tool to help us, but not to take over for us. It's just something, the music thing, you've got AI music, you go to YouTube and you'll see this collaboration that, you may have always wanted, or this interesting collaboration. Like I saw one, it was, I think it was Damian Marley and Eminem, which, okay, I could see that. And it's got this real tight, tough image of the two of them together, and listen to the song. The song was really nice, but if you don't click and open up the little box on YouTube, there you will see that this collaboration was created by AI, and it's like, how are we allowing this to happen? Using the created voices to create this music, and while music is nice, just putting it out there that this was created by these two, and it's not real. I had a moment with someone, made a comment about something, and it's about some food, and something being raw versus it not being raw, and they said, well, what you said is it's not raw. I'm like, oh, but it is. And they proceed to go to ChatGPT and look up And I know what they looked up because I looked up the same thing and looked up the exact same question that they had. But truthfully, if you're going to use this as a tool, you have to know how to ask proper questions, because if you don't ask in-depth, specific questions, it'll come up with anything. And maybe some of you have noticed, AI it's not always correct. I've had several instances where they'll say one thing and I'll say, but wait, you just said blase oui. Oh yeah, I did say that, but this is what. So you have to be circumspect. You have to make sure that you are asking the question specifically with enough detail to make sure you are getting the correct answer. So, like, as I was saying, so they post this thing from GPT, and I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't mean anything to me, because AI, ChatGPT, is not always correct. And part of the thing about making sure you're using it as a tool and not for the end all be all, in some respects the God of all the words now, is because for those of you who are into knowledge and wisdom and books, actual books, AI is slowly but surely removing certain information that you could pull up even 5 years ago is no longer available. And many times when you ask certain questions, they are careful to put the disclaimer that this information is for educational purposes, or this information is for whatever purposes, and make sure you double check, because AI can be incorrect. And they sent me 2 little messages about ChatGPT, and I was just like, whatever, because I know that the stuff I was talking about is actually raw, but it's just like AI has become this thing that we are relying on too much, and we're not careful, we are going to be in a situation wherein we are too reliant on this tool, where we are using it to do everything for us, where we become so dependent on it. We stop using our minds, we stop using our brains, we stop thinking. It's like, okay, go to ChatGPT or Clark or Clyde or Deep, what, I can't remember the name of it, but whatever. There's like 5 million of them now, but you can go to all these different ones to answer for you. And not that it's not, to me, it's not that it's not okay to get assistance, but to totally rely on this for everything now is getting to be too much. It's going to make us dumb, make us take away our creativity. It's a lot. We need to really be careful, be mindful of what it is that we are doing before it leads somewhere else. Even though it can do it faster. That's just true. You type something in and it reads whatever you are asking it, suggesting, requesting it. It'll read it in a second and just spit out answers for you. And yes, so in that respect, of course it is saving time, but we have to check these things. We have to vet these things properly so that it doesn't take over. And the creatives that are still around, please stick around, because please continue to use your mind regardless of this influx that is going on right now, because at some point in time the value of actual human beings doing something, creating something, sharing things is going to be the rare thing but then it's going to be the valued thing, because we are still human beings, and connection with other beings, human beings, being able to relate to other human beings is going to be something that is going to be extremely valued. Okay, yeah, it does the art. It does the art quick. I understand that. I get that. Sometimes we do use it for certain things, but at the end, being overly dependent on it is going to take away some of us. And at this stage in the game, we need us. We need us. We need human beings. We need contact. I reached out to a couple who's doing some research on something, and they keep sending me these emails, and sometimes I stay up and I send questions or ask questions in the wee hours of the morning, only because, not that I'm expecting an answer per se, but just because, to make sure that I get it sent. And then I'll get an email response immediately back, and I'm like, why are you responding to me at this time? Because most people are not up at this time, but it's because it's a bot. They got these AI things that do all the response now. They send me messages all the time, and I'm like, I keep telling them, I don't want to talk to your bot. I want to talk to a real human. So please have a real human contact me. I remember before I realized that this responder to the emails was a bot. I asked to speak to them, and the person who answered the phone after I had to talk to another bot to speak to a real person, she was like, "Oh, well, he's not in the office right now." I said, "Okay." They had just sent me an email. I was like, "Okay." So I called back the next day I had a couple of other questions, and I asked to speak to him again. It was at a different time, and they gave me the same answer. "Oh, he's not here. He's at lunch." That's what they said the other time. I'm like, oh, this person, supposed person, doesn't even exist. This person is not here. But it is this thing. Me personally, I don't want to talk to about. I want to talk to a real person. I want to have a real experience with someone who can actually understand, or at least be aware of what it is that I am seeking to resolve. Not talking to a bot, and it's like you call them on the phone, and the bot answers the phone, and they ask you the questions, and you're like, I want to speak to a human. Like, well, please tell us what it is that you want, so we can direct your call. No, I've got buried questions. Just let me speak to a human. And it got to a point, one of them, when I was talking to, I had to hang up because they would not answer the question. So I ended up sending an email, and then the bot sends me an email back. And then when I said I want to speak to a human, then they say, "Oh, okay, we'll have one of our colleagues get back to you." And then a real person called me, and I was like, "This is crazy." So this dependence on bots, this dependence on AI is a problem. All you businesses out there who actually have real people answering your phone. I mean, on the one side, I get it, but sometimes we just need to actually speak to someone who can understand, because even if they're trained on the best models, there are just some things that they're just not going to get, some things that they're not going to answer. And we need human beings. We need each other. We have to. I feel that that human touch, that human interaction, that humanity that we should have. This reliance on AI is not a good look. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Just those of you who are still, just hold on. There's going to be, at some point in time, the need for humans is going to come back up. It's going to be a hot commodity very soon. Oh, but the other thing is, right now, for those of you who still have access, for those of you who read, for those of you who like books, Fahrenheit 451. That is what we are going through right now. Read the book. There are at least 2 movies. I can't remember if they made 3 or not. I know the original was in the 60s or so, and then there was a remake with Michael Jordan within the last 7 or so years. I think there might have been one in between, but this is, just something you need to watch before they take it away, before you can't watch it anymore, or read the book before it's gone. But that's what's happening right now. We need to be mindful. If you like books, get your books. If you like to read, get your books. If you were at some point in time getting information that gives you the opportunity to make a wise choice based on what mainstream may tell you versus what alternative sources may tell you. Get your articles, get your information, get it soon, because they are slowly but surely removing it from our access, so that all that is left is going to be what it is that they want us to know, think, see, hear, feel. So that's all. Just wanted to share that we should be mindful to make sure we are still getting our human contact and using AI as a tool, not as the end all, be all. So, thank you for listening. And as we close the circle in the spiritual joint, may the echoes of the sacred fire linger within your soul, carry the wisdom of the stars, the silent song of the moon, and the gentle whisper of ancient truths as your guiding light. Step softly into your unfolding path, embracing the shadow and the light, knowing that every breath is a thread woven into the infinite tapestry of the spirit. Until we meet again, beneath this cosmic sky, walk in radiant grace, everlasting wholeness, and eternal peace.